So this is virtual presentation of interviews by Lillian Uper and myself. So for the introduction and background, this is a large company that owns and operates multiple cosmetology schools across the United States. They are mostly in the southeastern United States, but a few are in Seattle and Minneapolis. This company has 18 total cosmetology schools across the United States, and it is paired with an even larger sister company. These are cosmetology schools that also have HR training programs for students entering the beauty world. Each location of cosmetology schools has campus directors, student care managers, educator coaches, and retail managers. They serve as supervisors to the campuses and keep track of students in training. The delivery method for most training is via Zoom. Training intervention explained. The type of training that this is created for is called HR Team Leader Training Program. This training is for supervisors to ensure employees understand policies and procedures of the company, how to do evaluations, legal responsibilities, analyzing documentation, and workplace laws and orders. This training is performed over time, like in daily activities and practices, and these will be naturally implemented. This training was created to prepare employees and inform them on HR policies and liabilities. Training activity implementation. HR activities are implemented throughout this training to ensure that the leaders know what is expected of them. Leaders learn about their high-level overview of the HR handbook upon hiring, which is held in the organization's employee management system. A lot of the training focuses on how leaders should handle conflict like employee performance issues, which are taught to them step by step. The different areas of the training activities that are performed, as well as performance management, are coaching conversations, records of conversation documentation, performance improvement plans, which is a 30 to 60-day evaluation period, written warning, final written warning, and then employee separation if improvement is not made after the final written warning. Some issues skip coaching and move directly to written warnings. It just depends on the extent of the issue. Training activity implementation continued. Documentation training is where they learn how to prepare documentation that is submitted. Formal disciplinary documentation is prepared by the vice president of HR, who decides the leader's next steps to be taken. Role playing and scenario practice. Role-playing scenarios and example situations so that leaders can develop an understanding of how to have hard conversations and how to go about them. It is important to note that these examples are situations that have actually previously happened, just with no names and revealing details. Interviewing and recruiting training. Leaders are also trained on how to interview and what types of questions to ask or not to ask, and to ensure that we are avoiding illegal questions. There are interview guides also passed out upon hiring that informs leaders of this. Predictive index assignment, is done on these leaders to help them out with interview questions by generating interview questions based on their strengths and characteristics, so it varies for each person. Human resources compliance topics. There are numerous training topics included in this training, like Family Medical Leave Act policies, personal leave policies, reasonable accommodation requests, pregnancy and postpartum workplace regulations, attendance and medical leave procedures, payroll responsibilities for hourly employees, workplace incident reporting procedures. The steps of each of these compliance topics are taught for when issues come up and when to have HR included in the compliance topic. Desired outcomes of the training. After this training, leaders should be able to manage employee performance and handle hard conversations in a professional manner. Leaders must consistently follow HR policies across all campuses, regardless of the state they are located in. Leaders must also properly document all employee issues to protect both the employees and the organization. For the training, make sure that the leaders know and understand the employment laws and workplace regulations so that the legal risks for the organization are reduced. Key stakeholders related to the training. So for Executive Director of corporations. They're responsible for coordinating and delivering leadership training. Human Resources Department. The department provides guidance on HR policies and reviews documentation when there's disciplinary action. Vice President of Human Resources. They advise leaders and prepare official disciplinary documentation. Campus leadership, directors, student care managers, educator coaches, and retail managers participate in the training and apply what they learned on their campuses. Employees do not attend the training but are affected by how well leaders apply what they learned at the training. Theories underlying the training. The organization did not explicitly state formal training theories, but there are several principles that guide the program. Experiential learning occurs through the use of real-life scenarios and allows participants to practice handling real workplace situations. Adult learning theory is reflected since participants are professionals who benefit from practical job-related training that is immediately relevant to their roles. Behavioral learning is supported since leaders are taught specific steps to follow when addressing employee issues. Thank you.